Now, you're probably wondering what this title really means. Isn't the objective is to lose fat, right? Is the objective to be in a fat loss? You're 100% correct. But the notion of fat loss is treating you guys in a way where you guys are not succeeding. It's making you guys fail over and over and over again, right? And a fat loss is just like just like a calorie deficit. It's not slang for you to get to where you want to be, right? It's just not slang for you to lose body fat. It's not slang for you to get back in shape. It's not slang to look the way you want to look, right? And the reason is because when we go into this, it's just making you guys focus on the wrong things, right? Like what you guys do the first thing you guys wake up in the morning, right? The first thing you probably guys are doing is you're finding a scale, right? You're finding a scale to step on. You're finding a scale to see, did you lose? Did you gain? Are you staying the same? And especially too, when you guys go on night out, you guys are so fearful of stepping on the scale, right? But why you want to put yourself in that mindset first thing in the morning to not step on the scale because you're fearful of how much you gain? Those little things are all normal, especially when you go a night out because it's just different, right? But at the end of the day, you guys are focusing on the wrong thing, which is, again, you're focusing on the scale, which in terms of two, it makes you, have a struggle losing some fat. It makes you have a struggle of doing the fat loss journey in total. It just makes you overall just feel struggle over and over again, right? So when we always just referring back to the scale, we're only referring to a number. That number should not be depicting what your life should be and what you should do with your life, okay? And with that, there's so many factors that goes into that number, right? Inflammation, extra sodium, extra water rate, some of the stress that we can't control, right? Those are a lot of factors that we can't control that includes in the number on the scale, right? So when you see yourself maybe 1 pound less than you were the day before, and then you see the next day you gain 2 pounds. At the end of the day, that's not fat. You can't gain fat like that unless you ate like 30,000 calories in that day. Then yes, you are going to gain pounds. But if you are sticking to your plan, if you're doing everything you need to do and things like that, there's nothing you need to worry about. Your body weight spikes like a stock market, right? Or like a heartbeat, right? You start seeing that shit bounce up and down. That's the same thing with your weight trends. But if you look at a bigger picture, right? If you look like it over years time span, it slowly goes into the slope as time goes on, right? So what do we control? Well, there's a lot of things we can control, right? We can control making sure we got workouts in, right? Make sure we go to the gym. We can control on making sure, we're eating whole, nutritious, balanced meals, right? How many that is, 3, 4, 5, whatever the case is, right? Along with that, making sure we get enough calories in to supply our body, making sure we get enough protein to supply our muscles, right? Making sure we get enough everything else, make sure we're hitting our steps, making sure we're getting enough water, making sure we're managing our stress, we're managing our recovery, all those things like that, right? The 6 principles I talk to you about and things like that. That's just a little bit of it. There's so much more that goes into it, right? Like if especially too, like you guys know what to do. You guys know exactly what you need to do. But at the end of the day, you guys are making the same mistakes over and over again. So what you can control too is you can control avoiding the mistakes, right? And what you can learn from these mistakes is do the opposite of what you're doing. So for example, if you know you should be drinking more water, but you're not, drink more water. If you know that you're not getting enough fiber, eat more fiber, eat more fruits and vegetables, right? If you know you need to hit this protein, but you're not doing, find different ways to do it. Find different meals, find different food sources, find whatever that case to hit your protein, right? If you know that you need to hit 3 times a gym to be satisfied, do that, right? There's so many ways. Just learn all the mistakes that you've been doing that you can do the opposite and fulfill what you can control, right? And that's what it just comes down to at the end of the day is what you can control. That scale, you can't control what that number is going to display on the scale. You can't. It's magically impossible and things like that. But this is what creates that loop for you guys to feel so stuck and make you feel so miserable time after time after time because you guys are just letting that number depict your life, right? Especially when you guys go out. I guarantee you, when you guys go out, you guys are just thinking about what the scale is going to look like or how much am I going to gain or, X, Y, and Z, all this bullshit, right? And at the end of the day, that's not what the scale is for. The scale is just a guide metric for you. It's a guide to see, are things working in the right direction? Are things staying neutral? Or are things going the wrong direction? That is it. That's all the scale is used for. So how do we move away from the scale and how do we use this thing, to stop chasing fat loss and do this? Do things that you control, right? Sorry, it's like the same thing like when you go to school, right? You don't yes, at the end of the day, the end result is a degree, but you don't chase that degree. You don't keep figuring it out, right? You had to go from one semester to another, right? You had to go from one class to another class, right? You had to break it down to the parts that you know you can control by showing up to class, by doing the homeworks, by doing the exams, right? Making sure you get good grades and things like that, and doing that every single time until you got the degree, right? That sheet of paper, all right? Same thing as a job promotion, right? You know you want that job promotion. And yes, that is the goal and things like that, right? But you're not having the one factor to depict the night you get you what you need. Maybe you should, you go on a job earlier in the morning, right? Maybe you're staying late. Maybe you do extra projects. Maybe you're doing X, Y, and Z to get that promotion, right? It's the same concept for your health journey, for your fitness journey. It's the same concept, right? So what's the things you control? Again, it's kind of why I said earlier, you can control on how many times you can go to the gym. You can control on how many steps you can get on a day and things like that. You can control how much hydration you need on a daily basis, right? Not just water, again, electrolytes too and things like that. That's very important. You can control on how much protein calories you need on a single daily basis, right? You know how much you know how to reduce your stress if you know how to, right? You know how to manage your recovery, right? And make sure you're getting that in sleep, making sure you find ways to recover for your workouts and just for day-to-day activities, right? You understand how to focus and control on all those things, right? Meal prepping, meals, understand what food sources you like, right? Making things simple for you so you can control. So you're waking up and that shit's on autopilot. You're not even thinking twice about it. You're going day in, day out. You know exactly what you need to do. Yeah, today, excuse me. You're chasing the end goal, right? And the end goal is for you to look fantastic in the outfit, right? Showing up to any social setting, feeling confident and feeling secure, right? And overall, just having that freedom and stress-free life of just like enjoying life, right? Enjoying the foods, enjoying the nights out with your friends, right? Not feeling guilty about it, just living life and things like that, right? That's the goal at the end of the day. So when we come into this fat loss journey, when we come into this notion that we have to use the scale, stop doing that, okay? Yes, that's the things we're trying to improve on, things that again, we're trying to change our physique, we're trying to change our look, we're trying to tone up our muscles, we're just trying not to look flabby, we're trying to look, tone, we're trying to look like we actually work out, right? So we gotta avoid focusing on fat loss, chasing fat loss, and we gotta avoid chasing the scale and the number. And what we can control is, again, what mistakes we're doing, do the opposite of what you've been doing. Again, control what you can control and things like that. Oh, again, if you just keep showing up for yourself, keep doing things day in, day out, the results will come. Just stay true to yourself. Show up for yourself, all right? Be consistent at the end of the day. That's what's going to improve, and that's what's going to get you where to be. It's not going to be the number. It's not going to be the slogan slang of the calorie deficit. It's not going to be the slow slang of fat loss and things. That it's going to be for you to show up, do these things day in, day out. Yes, does it become tedious? 100%. But when you got successful people, when you got people who are doing what you're trying to do and things that this is a 95% of people are doing, at the end of the day, this is what they're doing, things that, and this is why, people are in this position that you're not, things that, but again, if you can do what you can control and do this repeatedly, day in, day out, I guarantee you, you're going to see your results at the end of this year and things like that, all right? So just understand, stop chasing fat loss, like break that chase, all right? Break from chasing fat loss, break from chasing the scale, all right? Fucking hide that scale and things like that. Or if you need to use the scale to just guide you and things are working and it's not working, most certainly do that. But I guarantee you, if you use that every single day or after every single night out, you're just gonna keep digging that hole even bigger and things like that. So just understand, do the things you can control. The number you can't control. So push away that. That's one factor. What you also can control is you can also too, like, are you getting more toner, right? Are you getting more muscle? Are your clothes fitting better? Are you having more energy? Are you feeling hungry? Those things you can control because those are small stackable wins that you can keep chasing. That's what you want to chase. You don't want to chase a number. Like that number's gonna fluctuate all the time and things like that, all right? So chase what you can stack on and chase what wins and feelings and emotions can make you feel and things like that. All right. So at the end, stop chasing. Do what you can control, okay? At the bottom of the description, I'll post my mistakes so you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. I'll link that down in the description. Also, too, I'll drop another video of how I turned myself from 260 pounds to a six-pack and many of my clients who succeed in that realm as well, too. I'll drop that low in the description as well. But as always, guys, stop chasing, do what you can do. And as always, I appreciate you for tuning in. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode.